Hey, welcome everybody to this episode of the New Hampshire Great Outdoors. As you can see, winter has arrived. Today's adventure is going to be a little combo. I got to go out and grab my trail cams that I have set up out in the woods. I've got them on a metal stand that you stab into the ground. Now the grounds are freezing and I don't need this thing to get frozen to the ground, so I'm going to grab them and convert them over to my tree straps. Get them off the ground, get a new location. I did get some good footage off of its current location, so I'm going to keep it nearby. As you can see, we've gotten some snow, so hopefully I'll be able to see some fresh tracks and see, what's whether we get some bobcats around, some deer around, whatever. And we're going to go set up the trail cams on some trees somewhere, and then we're going to head out to a shelter I built not too long ago, and it was a lean-to type structure. We're going to head out there, set up camp for a little bit and see how it did. Hopefully, we've had some strong winds. Who knows, the thing could have got blown down, but I want to go and see how it stood up to the weather and have a little bit of fun. But right now, we're going to head off to go and get my trail cams, get the stand out of the ground, and go and check out some tracks. If you see something, we'll definitely let you know. See you in a bit. Right now, I'm in a state park, and because it's winter, they just, within the past few days, they closed the gates to the park. So no more driving down to the far end of the park. Thank God I didn't have my cameras down there, because I would have had to. We got something right here. Hold on, we got a track. Yeah, we got some tracks right here. Sort of a canine. Not sure. Yeah, as you're walking around, keep your eyes out always. You can see the tracks of deer, whether the ground's scuffed up, whatnot. There are coyotes around here, tons of them. I don't know where they came from. I swear in the 70s we didn't have this problem around here. All these turkeys, all the more bobcats, more everything. It's weird. But now I'm getting into a more deeper forest, so the snow cover is not as widespread as it is in the clearings. But I'm psyched to see how that shelter I built held up. But no other tracks out here though. It's still a couple of days left of hunting season. I don't see any boot marks or tracks from people. I don't know. See what we shall see. And from all the high winds, this area has taken some damage. There's a lot of downed trees right here. And there's something that I call the widowmaker that's still here. There's a chunk of a tree that's broken off, and it's just sitting right on top, caught on a couple of flimsy branches. When that sucker goes, whatever's down below is going to get wiped out. Yeah, we got some big time down trees around here. Even a nice leaner right there. That's not caught by much. So yeah, like I was saying, you always got to keep your eyes out. Right now, with it being still below freezing right now, so if you stop, you can hear all the creaking sounds and the cracking sounds of the woods. The slightest breeze moving a tree will make all types of different sounds, but there's always some stuff caught up in the trees that if it falls, and it could fall silently, will wipe you right out. So keep your eye open. This is one nice area I like to come to. It's a frozen out marshland. Ice is cleared. This would be great for ice skating later on. Right out here, we have a beaver house. Yep, looks awesome. For being, it's got to be like 30 degrees, but it really doesn't seem that cold. But it's really peaceful out here. And right out here, you can see there's a nice little beaver house. And the dam is actually right there in the corner. Heads off to a stream. A lot of deer. All right, let's head off and get the cameras. We're not too far. Yep, and lo and behold, here's my cameras. That's my stand set up right into the ground, but eventually it's gonna freeze. So I gotta get it out of here, get them strapped to a tree. And the way I had these set up here was really good. I have a 2-camera setup. One camera I had going right down a little path right to the marshland we were at. The other camera is aimed at a trail that goes along the shoreline. So this was a really good spot. Yeah, right here we had probably, I don't know, maybe like a dozen camera captures, but a couple of really choice ones. One was a close-up, which I'll put right after this. Deer comes right up to the camera, right up to it. And another one, I'll show you some footage that you probably shouldn't be getting on camera. But it was kind of funny, but check these out. I know it, right? What were those things doing? I like the deer that was in the back just going like, really? But gotta shut down the cameras now and get them moved. Always you gotta go open up your camera, turn the button off. Same thing with the other one. Get this thing open. Oh, the cold's stiffening this thing up. And shut this one down. Wait. There we go, it's off. Now you won't be taking pictures and videos while you're moving them. All right, right now we're heading off to try and find that shelter I built. Still got my cameras with me. Yeah, trying to find it. That's gonna be interesting. I remember I didn't go out there with my GPS or nothing, but for some reason I got a good memory when it comes to being in the woods. I don't get lost too easy. I can usually find my way out. A little common sense, but we're gonna go in along the way, see if we can find some tracks. Maybe set up a camera somewhere. Thinking I might even set it up right at the shelter, see if anything's been using that. But get a little closer to the park entrance. Going way out there, the marshland, it's nice. There's some activity, but it's a little bit of a haul for me. But let's get going and try and find that shelter. And that right there is telling me that deer are in this area. Oh, you're not gonna believe it. I think I found it. Been a little bit of a haul. There's more deer scat everywhere here. But, yep, I found the shelter. Right up there. Yeah, it's looking like it held up all right. Yeah. A little touch up. That'd be all right. Yeah, I built this a few weeks ago, and we've had some kicking winds, and yeah, kind of psyched. Held up pretty good. Dry underneath. This will be good. I think I'm gonna unpack. I can't believe how sturdy that thing is still. I'm just looking around it. I'm gonna go and collect a couple of branches and seal it up a little bit and try and keep this thing going. I mean, this could be a permanent little spot to you know, head to. And who knows, an animal could be in there. Kind of thought if I found it, that was a big hunk of ice. That could be a freaking bobcat in there or something. But I think I'm gonna collect some branches, some pine, seal it up a little bit, and I think I might break out the stove, make myself a coffee, maybe something to eat. But yeah, let's get some, maybe even a little fire. Might set up my stove out. All right, I think we got that sealed up pretty good. I'm gonna break out my pack and make myself a coffee. Cheers, everybody. Coffee out in the wilderness. What I just set up here, I have a camping wood stove. It's from One Tigress. Found it on my last adventure. It's pretty cool. It's a collapsible. It actually just comes apart, but it's a little steel box, and you feed it through the front, air intakes in the back, steel plate on the bottom, and yeah, you have your own little camping stove. Gonna fill it up and get this thing going. All right, what I've done is I've filled the stove up with some really dry, small sticks. And at the very bottom, I found a piece of white birch and just a little sliver of it. It ignites really well. I only use a small bit because it does let off a little bit of black smoke, but should get this thing fired right up real quick. Here's my white birch. That stuff is really flammable, so that should get this thing going pretty quickly. Yep. And have a nice little wood stove while you're camping. Yep, really nice. Telling you, this little shelter ain't too bad. It cuts out majority of the wind. I mean, if I wanted to really seal this thing up and make it watertight, it wouldn't take much effort, but you know, you're out of the elements. It's actually warm here with this little fire. It's actually throwing some heat in this thing and it's holding it a little bit, but it's pretty cool. All right, I just broke down camp, put the stove away, packed everything up, leave no trash. Whatever you take in the woods, you take out of the woods. But gonna pack up, grab the cameras now, and find a spot for them, and call this adventure, call it a day. We'll find a spot for our cameras. One thing's for sure, anytime you find a downed tree, some reason animals love to walk across downed trees. Always find tracks. And almost anything, squirrels, raccoons, bobcats. Use it as a playground. All right, I got one spot picked for my trail camera, get it set up on this tree. What I'm looking at, it's a pretty good open path through the woods. A lot of low hanging pines, stuff that deer would really take shelter in. But this is the view of one camera. Gonna go find a spot for the second one real quick. Make sure we turn it on. Gotta wait till you get 3 solid green lights. Then you'll hear a old school clicking sound like it just took a picture. That means it's all set. First one is determining whether it's got a SIM card. Second one's your signal. Third one's connectivity to the camera. And there it was. Close it up. Good to go. For the second one, I think I'm going back to the beaver dam. Figure it's cold. Everything's freezing up. I want to get some fresh water, open water, you know, water supply for the animals. So they got a drink. So they'll all hang out by the stream. Get there and take a look, see what it looks like, maybe set it up there. We shall see. All right, we've come to the edge of the beaver dam and the stream. Gonna find a tree to set it up around here. See if anything crosses it or comes for a drink. But considering everything else is frozen, this is really the only open water. I think it's a good spot. Time to find a tree. All right, I think I found my spot. Thinking of going right on this tree. I'll have that view. I'll also have this little log going across. Maybe animals will cross that, but get across the stream. So yeah, this will be my view. So I'm probably within 20 yards of the beaver dam. I think this will be a good spot. All right, second camera all set up. All right. So now if I forget to turn the camera on, now it would suck having to come back here and turn it on. Oh yeah, I forgot. Make sure we get 3 solid lights and a click. And we'll be calling this day a day. That's 2. Give me 3. There we go. Click. There it is. Good to go. All right, everybody. Got my second camera all set up. I'm gonna be calling this a day. Had some fun out here. Got to check out the shelter. You know, that held up good. It is surprisingly sturdy. You know, tried out the wood stove. If you like this and you like this type of material, subscribe to my channel, please. And, you know, give me a thumbs up. Check out the shorts on my channel. I put up a lot of animal videos, some nice little bear cub videos and stuff like that. Try and put out a video once a month and try and keep everyone entertained. We always try new things, new adventures. It's never boring. Until next time, enjoy the New Hampshire Great Outdoors.